I mean, it shows, but it,
Oh, well, now it's going.
yeah, but is it going to?
Yeah, that's the one that it is supposed to be. Oh, well, now it's going.
Yeah, but is it going?
Oh, that's the computer.
Page 149. There are two blessings before the Shema, before the quintessential statement of monotheism in our tradition. The first one is Ma'ariv Aravim, a prayer where we bless God as our creator, the creator of the world. And the one on the next page is called Ahavat Olam, where we bless God as the revealer of our tradition. So I'd like to ask you to join me in reading the English translation of the first blessing at the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. And let's now read the translation of Ahavat Olam on the next page. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean to struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Vishinantam levanecha, vidibar tabam, vishivlecha v'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'aderet, uvishottecha uvkumecha, ukshartam la'ot ayadecha, v'hayu letzotafot v'neinecha, uktavcha ha'lizot v'veitecha, uvisharecha, Laman Titzaru, Vasitem et Komitzortai, Vitem Kiddushim Le'Elokechem, Ani Adonai Elokechem, Asher Hotzeti Etchem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Li'od Lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elokechem.
Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Page 158. Page 161. And please join with me in reading the English at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Amo Yisrael, V'al Yerushalayim. Please take a moment now for your own silent thoughts and prayers.
162.
At this point in our service, we pause to think of those in need of healing on this Shabbat, healing of body, healing of spirit, and healing of heart. And we ask God to bestow the bracha, the blessing of refuah shlema, full and complete healing to the following men and women in our congregation, or those known and loved by those in our CBS community. Harris Nussbaum, Lynn Mikulski, Ilana Massey, Kevin Brackett, Ginny Sims, Eileen Conklin, Nancy Jeanette, Michelle Canicia, Joshua Hyman, Dylan Monick, Diane Butler, Elsa Loach, Tony Wine, Elena Goldman, Mark Charney, Roger Widman, Ralph Garber, Maggie Sherman, Colleen James, and Michael Edwards. And if anyone has a name they wish to add to this list, please do so now.
Ed Kirsch, Stephanie Valentine.
Bruce Bissum. Jesse Friedman. Lisa LeFay.
Sim Glazer.
The Misha Barak prayer is on page 511.
Thank
Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos to all of you, especially those of you who I haven't seen for a while. The Soldinger family is representing. We have a couple of religious school kids who are here tonight. Would you guys raise your hands? Say hi. I think they're our youngest members who are here tonight. Good to see you. What's that?
Hadassah students.
That's right, they're students of Hadass, one of our teachers. Raise your hand, Hadass. Welcome. Fred and Candace, welcome again to our community. And we even have an interspecies Shabbat. Judy has brought her dog. Does everyone know your dog's name?
I don't know, Eliza.
Eliza is here. So we have many and varied community members here tonight, which makes me very happy. So the Torah portion for the Shabbat is called Vayishlach, and it occurs in the book of Genesis, chapters 32 through 36. And I think many people, but not everyone, know about the sibling rivalry between Esau and Jacob. They did not get along very well, and Jacob, earlier in the book of Genesis, does not act very kindly toward his brother or toward his father, and winds up deceiving his nearly blind father Isaac, so that he can essentially steal the birthright from his older brother Esau. And this sets up a multi-year conflict between the two of them that leads to Jacob fleeing for his life, leaving the land of Canaan and going all the way back to Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq. But in this Torah portion, which is where this drama picks up, they are going to meet. The two brothers are going to meet each other for the first time in over 2 decades the very next morning. Now, Jacob spends the night alone. He sends his family far away from where this encounter is going to happen because he anticipates potential violence. So he sends his family far away from him. He spends the night by himself, and he's afraid. He's terrified. He has absolutely no idea what's going to happen the next morning when they confront each other. For all he knows, Esau's going to try to kill him. And that night, filled with terror and probably a host of other emotions, Jacob has a dream. Or is it a vision? Or is it actually a real-life encounter where he wrestles with a mysterious figure by the river Yabok? Who is this figure that he wrestles with in the middle of the night? The figure in Hebrew, the word is ish, which means man. But the rabbis had many different interpretations of who this figure is that Jacob wrestles with very violently in the middle of the night. He's wounded as a result of this encounter. Is this ish, is this figure, Esau's guardian angel who's come to wreak vengeance for what Jacob had done to him all those years earlier? Is it a demon? Is it a river demon, as some early commentators suggest? Or, as some modern commentators think, is this figure he's wrestling with a projection of his own conscience? Is he wrestling with his own guilt about what he did to his brother all those years before? The two men wrestle to a stalemate, to a standoff. But Jacob transforms as a result of this encounter. And when it's over, even after he's wounded, he receives a blessing. And his name becomes Yisrael, Israel, which means one who struggles with the divine. We are descendants of Israel. We are Yisrael, the people of Israel. And after this encounter, rather than violence, the two brothers the next morning reconcile. Now, whether we treat this episode as history, as fact, or as metaphor, as an allegory, its message seems to be this: we can, and often do, grow as a result of struggle. Sometimes those struggles are external, like when we struggle through the loss of a loved one, or a divorce, or professional challenges. But sometimes those struggles occur inside of us as we grapple with our own shortcomings or inner demons. This biblical story, this Shabbat's Torah portion, shows us that there is always hope, but that the only way past our struggles is to confront and to journey through them. The only way past is through. Avoidance and denial are not good strategies. They're not ever good strategies. The only way we prevail, like Jacob, is through patience and hard work. Let us all commit to that hard work, and let us support one another in our efforts as a sacred community. King Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. We continue now with the Aleinu on page 586. If you are able, please rise. Please be seated. I have the honor now of calling up board member Shane Soldinger, who's got some important announcements to share with you.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, first announcement this evening is for the kiddos and the families of the kiddos. The reminder that we have no Hebrew school for the next 2 weeks, a little holiday break. And on Wednesday, coming up December 1st, we have our second Hebrews. That's at 7 p.m., a little bit of a Hanukkah happy hour, hosted by Don Krager at Bilko's for some brews and billiards and darts. Should be fun. The first one was
You were
fun.
at the first
I was
one.
at the first
It's
one.
fun.
Yeah. I'm going to be out of town for this one.
Okay, it's all right.
Yeah, but I would have been there.
We'll lift a beer in your honor.
Thank you. Thank you. December 2nd, this is a really good one. It is I think the first, hopefully, an annual event of a Lockheed Throwdown at the Bardesano. Yeah. It's going to be good. I believe you are a judge.
I'm one of the judges.
Rabbi Goldstein is the judge. We have 3 members of the congregation participating in this throwdown. Yours truly. As a matter of fact, this is at 5 p.m. at the Bardesano in Yountville. Itamar Abramovich will also be there. I think he's the early favorite to win.
And Deborah Smith.
And Deborah Smith. He's competing. Yeah, this is.
And it is free. It is free.
Oh, it's a free event. So this is next Thursday, or I'm sorry, December 2nd at the Bardesano free event at 5 p.m. On Friday, December 3rd at 6 p.m., we're going to have a Hanukkah highlight Shabbat So bring your own menorah or Hanukkah for the lighting. We're going to have some small bites outside along with crafts inside, and also a Hanukkah spirits contest. So wear your Hanukkah festival gear and compete for the most spirited costume and possibly win some prizes. On Saturday, December 4th at 5 p.m., there will be the Napa Valley area teen Hanukkah party, and I believe there's some other schools from Sonoma that are also joining in. On Sunday, December 5th, we at 1 p.m., it's pair up and come to CBS for a Chag Habanot art project. So Chag Habanot is Hanukkah's 7th night, and it's also the Festival of Daughters. So celebrating the strength from the women of the Maccabees by creating your own artwork with a friend or a sister or a mother or a grandmother. So hope you can join. You can find some more information on the website. Lastly, if you are looking for Hanukkah gifts, don't forget that CBS has tickets available still for the purchase of the Blue Note performance by Jim Curry, which is the John Denver tribute show. And I believe that's January 23rd, so tickets are still available for that. Lastly, there's a reminder that next week services will be just on YouTube, so not in-person services next Friday. And also wishing a happy birthday to some of our following members: Annika Ewig, Mary Lou Rose, Peter Wilmert, Amina Shuley with her first birthday. That's pretty awesome. Sandy Perlman, Hannah Edwards, Jacob Edwards. Happy birthday to Nate Charney, Rabbi Lee Beisel, Lauren Posner, and Cameron Guerin. And I believe that's all my announcements. So, I actually wanted to wish happy anniversaries on the 22nd to Larry and Lauren Posner, and also on the 23rd, happy anniversary to Josh Stein and Catherine Gillis. So, thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom.
As we reach the end of our service, we think of those who are no longer with us, those who have died recently and in seasons past. We recall and honor those who have died during this past year. Elliot Kapchan, Bill Chiat, Ed Hames, Arthur Waldinger, Judy Donaldson, Elizabeth Mautner, Helen Goodman, Michael Duff Fisher, Margaret Mary Olivetto, Ahuva Ben David, Dr. I. Harold Shevlin, Isadora Smith, Sanford Rubin, Stuart Paley, Bonnie Kampaloff Mamie, Dr. Ian Miller, Jimmy Rabb, Sandra Somick, Michael Gordon, Larry Elson, Arnold Trombler, Erica Cornelison, and Gladys Schubin. We also remember and honor the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Nani Rappaport, Rachel Moradi, Hermine Simon, William Stein, Harry Zeitlin, Bertha Crone, Blanche Goodman Bergheimer, Lucille Meltzer, Sidney Posner, and Una Kramer. And if anyone has a name they wish to add, I invite you to please do so.
Robert McCart,
Terry Good,
Sue Knapp,
Joseph Santana,
The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Please rise. Yitgadal, Yitkadash, Shem Rabah, Yalmad, Divrak, Roteh, Yamlik Malchuteh, B'chayekon, V'yomekon, V'chayedekol, Beit Yisrael, B'agalah, Uvizman Kariv, V'imromen. Yehei Shmei Rabah, V'vorach, V'yalam, V'lomel Mayam. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpahar, V'yitramah, V'yitnaseh. Yitadar, Yitalev, Yitalal, Shmei Kudsha, B'richu. Le'elam, Min Kol Birkata, V'shurata. Tushbakata v'nekabata, Damiran v'ama v'imraben, Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imraben, Useh shalom v'imamav, Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imraben. May the source of peace grant peace to all those in mourning and comfort to all those who are bereaved. And let us all say, Amen. Please be seated. We are going to do Kiddush and Motzi in a second, but we're going to first hear our final song for tonight.
Okay. It's never a bad idea to do a song under the heading Meditation and Healing. So we're going to end with, on page 677 at the top, in English, one everybody can join in on.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. And we will know that you are one. We will know that you are
That was beautiful. Have you done that one before? I think
Yeah, not for a while, and not as a closing song.
Okay, well, thank you. So, Shane and Heidi, would you mind if I call you and the girls up here for Kiddush and Motzi? I don't mean to put you on the spot. They have been so well behaved tonight. It's amazing. And if everyone else would please rise, we'll do these blessings together.
Well, Judy, what's your dog's name again?
Judy and Eliza.
Oh, Eliza.
You want them to come
Well,
too?
no, it's just Eliza was very well behaved.
Eliza was very well behaved too.
I just wanted to point it out. She's
Eliza slept through the whole. You guys didn't sleep through the whole service. Were we boring or were we exciting tonight?
Don't answer that.
Oh, we were very excited. We got a thumbs up. For those of you at home, Gordon and I got a thumbs up. Okay, good. Well, let's do the Kiddush first. And everyone is welcome to join the Soldingers, and the two of us.
Is there real wine in this?
Yeah, there should be real wine in there, yeah. Shane is a wine guy, so don't tell us what you think of the wine. I can't make promises. Okay, good. Let's do the Motzi. Oh, oops. Hold on, I gotta take it out of the bag. Here we go. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat
Thank you.
Shalom.
Heidi, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hey, girls.